Hello students, continuation of Unit 3 Accountancy, exercise problem number 8. Pass journal entries in the books of Sasikumar, who was dealing in automobiles. First transaction, commenced business with goods, and 3rd October 3rd, cash introduced in the business. So this person Sasikumar is bringing in goods and cash to the business, but it is on a different date. So you should pass different separate entries. Okay, if both is on the same date, you can give a combined entry. Now the first entry will be commenced business with goods. So what are the two accounts involved? Stock and capital. Stock is a real account and capital is a personal account. Okay, so here stock is coming in, so debit what comes in. So you debit stock and credit the giver, who is giving Sasikumar. So Sasikumar's capital you have to credit. The entry will be stock account data to Sasikumar's capital account. Okay. Second one, cash introduced in the business. Again, cash is coming in the business, and who is giving the cash? Sasikumar. So debit what comes in, cash account data to credit the giver, Sasikumar's capital account. Okay. Next, purchased goods from Arul on credit. So what are the two accounts involved? Purchase account, since it is goods. Okay, purchase account, and credit transaction means you will consider the person's name, supplier's name. So Arul. So purchase and Arul. Purchase is a nominal account. Arul is a personal account. Apply the rule, debit all expenses and losses. When you purchase something, it is an expense for you, so you debit. And credit the giver. Who is giving the goods? Arul. So credit the giver. The entry will be purchase account data to Arul's account. Okay. The next one, returned goods to Arul. See here, fourth transaction, you have purchased goods from Arul, and on 6th you are returning goods to Arul. So what are the two accounts involved? Purchase returns account and Arul's account. Here when you return the goods to Arul, it is the Arul's account is debit the receiver. Okay, personal account, the rule is debit the receiver, so you debit. Purchase returns is a real account because it is related to the goods. Okay, when you return the goods only, means purchase returns means you are returning the goods. Okay, it's a real account here. So in that case, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here the goods are going out, so you credit. The entry will be Arul's account data to purchase returns account. Next, paid cash to Arul on account. Paid cash means cash is going out, so you credit cash. Who's the receiver? Debit the receiver. Arul is the receiver. So Arul account debtor to cash account 60,000. The next one, sold goods to Chandar on credit. Okay, so what are the two accounts involved? Sales account and Chandar's account. Okay, Chandar is a personal account, sales is a nominal account. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So sales is an income, so you credit. Okay, sold goods to Chandar. So who is the receiver here? Chandar. So debit the receiver. The entry will be Chandar's account data to sales account. Okay. The next entry, next transaction, Chandar returned goods worth rupees 6,000. So on 15th, you have sold the goods to Chandar. Now on 18th, Chandar is returning the goods. So that is a sales returns. Sales returns and Chandar. Here sales returns is related to the goods. So it's a real account. Okay, debit what comes in. So goods are coming in for you. You have sold the goods to Chandar. Now Chandra is returning back to you. So that means it is a sales returns. Debit what comes in. Real account route. Chandra is a personal account. Credit the giver. Who is giving the goods? Chandar. So the entry will be sales returns account data to Chandar's account. Okay. The next transaction here, see here, on 15th sold goods to Chandar 30,000. One second. Received cash from Chandar in full settlement 23,000. 20th transaction, received cash from Chandar in full settlement 23,000. So here one point you should note. See the 15th transaction, sold goods to Chandar on credit 30,000. You have sold goods to Chandar worth rupees 30,000. Okay. Out of this 30,000, Chandar has returned goods back to you worth rupees 6,000. That means the actual sales, actual amount Chandar has to give you is 24,000. Isn't it? 30,000 minus 6,000. See here, Sasikumar is selling goods worth rupees 30,000 to Chandar. Okay, that means what? Chandar has to pay 30,000 to Sasikumar. But Chandar has returned goods worth rupees 6,000 to Sasikumar. In that case, how much Chandar has to pay Sasikumar? 24,000. Right? Hope it is clear till this. Now see the transaction 20th. Received cash from Chandar in full settlement 23,000. Now how much I told you? Chandar has to pay 24,000, but they say Chandar has paid only 23,000 and they say it is full settlement. So the entry will be, the accounts involved are cash and Chandar. Okay. Now cash is a real account, Chandra is a personal account, debit what comes in and credit the giver. Now what is the entry now? Cash account debtor. Here. Cash account debtor to Chandra account. Now how much actually Chandra has to pay? 24,000. How much he is paying here? 23,000 cash is received. Okay, and they say it is a full settlement. That means what? Discount allowed. The Sasikumar has allowed a discount of rupees 1,000. Okay, discount allowed is an expense. So you will debit. Now see, both debits and credits will tally. Okay. This transaction alone, the amount part, you should make a note. Next, paid salary through ECS, electronic clearing system. So what are the two accounts involved? Salary account, salary and bank. Bank is a personal, representative personal. Salary is a expense, nominal account. Debit all expenses and losses. And here for personal account, the rule is credit the giver. Who is giving the salary? The bank. So the entry will be salary account debtor to bank. The next one, Sasikumar took for personal use goods worth 10,000. Personal use means what? Drawings. Okay. Drawings account debtor. He is not taking cash. If he is taking cash, you will write drawings to cash. He is taking goods. That means you have to write purchases. So drawings account debtor to purchases, amount is 10,000. Now take down the solution for this problem. You will write in the books of Sasikumar journal entries. The first transaction will be stock account data to Sasikumar's capital account. Started business with stock. Amount 40,000. The next will be cash to Sasikumar's capital 60,000. Cash introduced in business. The third transaction is purchase account data to Arul. Goods purchased on credit from Arul 70,000. Fourth transaction, date 4. Purchase account data to Arul's account. Amount is 70,000. Next, transaction dated 6. Arul account data to purchase returns 10,000. Transaction dated 10. Arul account data to cash 60,000. Cash paid to Arul. Date 15. Chanda's account data to sales account. Sold goods to Chandar 30,000. Then 18th transaction. Sales returns account data to Chandar. Amount 6,000. 20th transaction. See here. Cash account data 23,000. Discount account data 1,000. And Chanda's account 24,000. How did you get this 1,000? 24,000 minus 23,000. You have to write here discount allowed. Okay. Next transaction, salary to bank 2,000. And the last transaction, drawings to purchases 10,000. Illustration 12. Deepak is a dealer in stationery item. From the following transaction, pass journal entry for the month of January and February. First one, commenced business with cash. What are the two accounts involved? Cash and capital. Cash is coming in to the business, so you debit. Who's giving the capital? Deepak. So Deepak's account you have to credit the giver. So the entry will be cash account data to Deepak's capital account. Okay. The next transaction, opened a bank account by depositing cash. The two accounts involved are bank and cash. Cash is a real account, bank is a personal account. When you open a bank account, you deposit the money in the bank. So debit the receiver. Okay. And cash is going out of the business. So you credit. The entry will be bank account data to cash account. The next one, A4 paper sold on credit to Padmini. The two accounts involved are sales account and Padmini's account. Sales is a nominal account, Padmini is a personal account. Here when you sell something, it is an income, so you credit sales. Padmini to Padmini, so debit the receiver. So Padmini is the receiver, so debit her account. The entry will be Padmini account data to sales account. Okay. See here, Padmini to sales. Now, see, I'll just explain the concept of bills receivable. I have already explained it in the previous class. Once again, I'll explain the bills discounting process. Suppose A is selling the goods to B for 15,000. Okay. Now, B will make the payment to A after 1 month. But what is the assurance for A that B will make the payment surely? There is no assurance. For that purpose, A will write a bill and he will send it to B. B will write the word accepted on the bill and he will send it back to A. It will be mentioned that the payment will be made on so and so date. Now, if suppose A wants the cash immediately, then he will approach his banker and he will get the bills discounted. That is, instead of 15,000, the banker will pay around 14,000 to A immediately. And on the due date, the bank will collect the bill from B. Okay. And this 1,000 rupees is the discount which the bank takes for rendering the service. Hope it is clear. Now look at this problem. A4 sold on credit to Padmini. So Deepak has sold goods worth rupees 60,000 to Padmini. Okay. Now bills received from Padmini for the amount due. So now Deepak has sold goods worth rupees 60,000 to Padmini. Okay. Now bills received from Padmini. Deepak has sent a bill to Padmini and Padmini writes a word accepted on the bill and he sends it back to Deepak. So that is known as bills receivable. So bills receivable is just like, they have to receive the amount. Deepak has to receive the cash. So the entry will be bills receivable account debtor to Padmini. If suppose you are going to receive cash, what entry you will write? Cash account debtor to Padmini account. Here you are not receiving cash, you are just receiving a promissory note. So bills receivable. So the entry will be bills receivable account debtor to Padmini. Hope it is clear. See here, bills receivable account debtor to Padmini for 60,000. Now the next transaction, bills received from Padmini discounted with the bank for 58,000. So Deepak has sold the goods to Padmini worth rupees 60,000, and the second transaction, Padmini has given a bills receivable to Deepak for 60,000. Now Deepak immediately he wants the cash, so he approaches the banker and the banker gives him rupees 58,000. So the remaining 2,000 is the discount allowed. Okay. So the entry will be bank account debtor 58,000. Okay. Discount account debtor 2,000 to bills receivable 60,000. See here. What are the accounts involved here? Bills received, bank and bills receivable. Bills receivable is a real account, bank is a personal account. Okay. Debit the receiver of the bill. Okay. And bills receivable is a real account. Credit what goes out. The entry will be bank account debtor to bills receivable. Actual bills receivable is 60,000 and bank is 58,000. The difference of 2,000 will be discount. Okay. Hope this entry is clear for everyone. Bank account debtor 58,000, discount 2,000 to bills receivable 60,000. The next last entry, bills of Padmini and company dishonored. Now on the due date, when the banker tries to collect the amount from Padmini, okay, Padmini dishonors the bill. In that case, what will be the entry? It is just the opposite entry for accepting the money. So honoring the bill. So Padmini account debtor to bank 60,000 full amount, not 58,000. 60,000 they have to collect from Padmini. When there is means dishonor the bill, just give a reverse entry, Padmini account debtor to bank.